What are the top 5 things that we love about the second generation Audi Q7? Hello, and welcome to Auto Be Careful, the place for car safety. I'm Gene, and we've owned this Audi Q7 for a few months now, so I want to talk about the first impressions we have with the vehicle, including the top 5 things that we adore about it. Let's get into it. Let's start with the exterior. I love the way this exterior is designed. It balances looking sleek and aerodynamic while also looking athletic and capable, so it doesn't fall into the trap of looking like an egg like so many electric vehicles do these days. Ours has this gorgeous, subtle brown color, which is exactly what we wanted, and it has the powertrain under the hood to match this athletic styling. Its 3.0 six-cylinder engine produces 335 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. That brings the Audi Q7 from 0 to 60 in the mid 5-second range, which is a huge improvement over our previous vehicle's mid 8-second 0 to 60 time, and puts it on par with our other vehicle, which is a Mercedes GLS 450. There's more to love on the exterior as well. I particularly love the mount points for the roof rack on the roof of this vehicle. They are clear and easy to operate, which makes installing a roof rack on the roof of the Q7 an absolute breeze. This makes it almost as easy as the system on the Subaru Outback that this vehicle replaced, and it's a huge upgrade from the system that Mercedes uses, which is truly awful. I wish I was joking when I told you that the Mercedes system comes with an actual tape measure because you have to measure the mount points for the roof rack from another reference point on the vehicle, and that leaves a lot of guesswork and room for error. While the Audi system still requires tools to install it, it is so much easier and simpler than the Mercedes system. Let's get into the interior. Again, I love the styling in this vehicle. It's sleek and modern, and it has the brown leather seats that we love and brown trim to match. One thing I find really interesting is that it has second row sunshades for the second row passengers, but it also has a rear window sunshade for the third row passengers. This is fantastic because the rear window is one of the largest windows on this vehicle, and it can let in a ton of light. So having a sunshade there is really beneficial. There aren't many vehicles that offer this, and it's not even offered on our Mercedes GLS. The part that I find really interesting is that there's a second row sunshade for the second row passengers and a rear window sunshade for the third row passengers, but no third row sunshade for the third row passengers. That leaves a pretty curious gap in the middle where sun can still get through in the rear quarter windows. I'm not really sure what Audi was thinking here. Next, let's talk about connected services. The Q7 offers a fantastic suite of connected services, starting with remote lock and unlock. This allows me to remotely lock or unlock the vehicle anywhere my phone has a cellular connection. I love this feature because it gives me peace of mind that I can still get into the car if something happens with the key. I used this feature just the other day while we were out shopping. I had just finished loading the vehicle and my wife was returning the cart, but she had the key with her. So when I closed the door, the vehicle automatically locked. Because I had this feature, I was able to get into the car by unlocking the vehicle remotely from my phone. The remote services on the Q7 also let me check the fuel level from my phone. This allows me to know if I have enough fuel to get to where I plan to go or if I need to go get gas first. This makes it much more convenient than having to go to the car to check, and I can access it at any time from anywhere I have a cellular connection. This isn't necessary, but it is a huge convenience feature. The final connected service I want to talk about is remote alerts. If something goes wrong with the vehicle, the Audi app pushes a notification to my phone so that I can find out the instant it happens. For example, just the other day, my wife was driving the vehicle and got a pop-up on the dash letting her know that there was something wrong with the headlights. As that happened, I got the same notification on my phone so that I knew exactly what was happening when it happened. This specific issue didn't prevent her from using the car, but if it did, I would know the instant that it happened so that I could help as much as I could. I imagine a situation where she gets a flat tire, I would be able to run out the door before she even called me And if you're curious to know about that headlight issue, stay tuned and subscribe because we're going to talk about that in a future video. Finally, let's talk about the driving experience. An amazing feature I've never seen before on any other vehicle is the Q7's ability to let the driver know how much longer a traffic light will remain red. If the Q7 is stopped at a supported traffic light, the dash will show a countdown timer to let the driver know approximately when the light will turn green. I'm not exactly sure how it determines this information, but it's fantastic. Again, it's not supported at every traffic light, and it does stop counting down when it gets pretty close to the end, but it's a fantastic idea and really helpful. Next, let's talk about a few of the fantastic safety features this vehicle has. I'm not going to go over every safety feature on the Audi Q7 because I do have a full tour video of that coming up soon, but I do want to talk about some of the more interesting ones. The first safety feature I want to talk about is the blind spot monitor. Blind spot monitors might not seem like a big deal, but on the Audi Q7, they are literally enormous. Most vehicles alert the driver that there's a vehicle in their blind spot using a tiny little light on the mirror. In the Audi Q7, it alerts the driver using a gigantic light on the side of the mirror housing. The first time we drove this vehicle together, my wife actually asked, "What the expletive is that?" This is a fantastic way to show this information because it makes it crystal clear that there's an obstacle in the blind spot, and I wish more vehicles did it this way. Next, I want to talk about collision avoidance. This vehicle has pre-collision braking, and it works wonderfully as we found out at low speeds. I was backing into a parking spot, as I tend to do, and the vehicle did a surprise hard brake. It had detected the wheel stop as an obstacle it thought I was going to hit, and it absolutely prevented me from hitting that obstacle. The Audi Q7 would have prevented me from denting or scratching the bumper, and I am so thankful for that. I don't know how it works at high speeds, and I'm not going to test that, but given its performance at low speeds, I'm pretty confident in it. Thankfully, I was able to overcome this by backing in just a little bit more slowly so that I can get further into the parking spot. Finally, the Q7 has a tailgating alert called the distance warning. If the Q7 believes it's following too close to the vehicle ahead of it, it will alert the driver using a little light on the dashboard. If the Q7 is also equipped with a heads-up display, the light will appear there as well. I think this is a fantastic use of technology and can really help drivers avoid dangerous situations. Although I have heard some drivers complain about it because they feel like they know the proper distance better than the vehicle itself. Personally, I think if there's a difference between the vehicle's determination of a proper following distance and the driver's determination, you should choose whichever one is more conservative. When it comes to safety, it's not really worth taking additional risks. So that's a look at the top 5 things that we absolutely love about the second generation Audi Q7. Stay tuned because we have more great content coming out about this vehicle, including the top 5 things that we cannot stand about it, and a full tour of its safety features. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button below and subscribe to see more content like this.